Day 31. Do I... oh my god. Do I have... yeah. Disable brief. Well... okay, so we are pulling geometry out of the art. Now it'd be nice to actually draw the art. Let's see. Atlas, I mean, it is gonna go into the atlas, to be fair. So what goes into the atlas right now? Okay, well, interesting. So the pixels that we are allocating are the width and the height, and the width is apparently the max of rect x plus rect width. Oh yeah, because they're packed, that's right. They're packed. Yeah, and we just set the width to 496 here. I see. Well, so we need to add to Atlas textures by the looks of it. So this is Atlas textures. Where are they created? Here, rpush. So that's the only place where I'm pushing into that. Oh god. No. Well, there's white pixel, there's font texture, and then there is this texture. Well, we also need the collision texture to be in there. I mean, not the collision texture, the actual world. The world needs to be in there. So this loop only goes through entities. Well, as far as the textures go, it doesn't really matter if they're entity textures or world textures, background textures, they can all just go into the same array. Which means that Atlas textures apparently Atlas locations are set here. Well, that's fine. I mean, we can just do another loop like that. And just add to the Atlas textures whenever we are. So this is the Atlas stuff. This is all shader IDs and whatever. Yeah, right here. Like, we can just pull this up. And in addition to doing collision stuff, we just also do Atlas stuff, so right here. Well, first of all, does that work if it's in this order instead? Instead of the other order, yeah. Why is the task is not running when I run task Alt B, Control B. Yeah. What? Why? What? that is the build task, like... Why is it... Run build task. It's just not... Okay, so if it's in this order, it still works. Okay, that's good. That's as expected. Alright, so all the... yeah, this is the collision stuff, and right here... Well, Atlas texture's capacity now needs to be... sort of be down here, because the Atlas texture's capacity is going to be more than that. So it's going to be all the sprites plus all the stages. Okay, total Atlas texture count. Yeah, I mean, I suppose we do have this Atlas ID thing. And I guess we need something like this for the stages as well. File infos stages, because it's just an ID of where it is in the Atlas, right? So it makes sense for it to be generated. So file info stage stages. There is no animations. There's no frames. What do we got here? Index and variant. Well, okay, so we can just sort of slam those together. Yeah, we don't really need any kind of loop. We can just say, well, Atlas name is string format. I guess, what was this? Animation name. Well, it's something like stage, and then, you know, %d underscore %d stage index variant. I guess that makes sense. Well, let's just try it. Just try it. Info index info variant. Okay, what's this gonna do? Okay, there is some assertion that fails somewhere. This is never written out. Yeah, that assertion fails, but like... Okay. Well, there it is. Stage index 1, variant 1, index 1, variant 2. Yeah, so that's approximately what we want. I suppose I don't really need this. stage 1, variant 1, variant 2, and at that point we can just have another one of these for the stages, like where the first one is. So just like we have entity IDs, we can have stage IDs. Stage ID, yeah, this can just be file infos stages. And I mean, the way art works right now, yeah, we kind of also need to do a deduplication there. But that's not very hard. So, I mean, I guess it would be just iterate through. Well, we don't know what order they're in. So I guess wolf stage already present is arena alloc array, arena file info stages length. So bool star already done is that plus file info index. File info stage. Info is file infos stages pointer index. So there's the info. That's the indicator if we've already done it. And then, so if not already done, then already done is true. And then we just add it. Except what we are adding is the name, format, arena, I mean stage, %d, and info index. You can also have names. Oops. Yeah, entity ID, stage ID, stage 1. Well, I mean, I suppose we don't really even need that, right? It's just, this is enough. Although, for consistency, maybe we should just have stage here. And like stage 1 here, stage 1 there. There's the Atlas IDs. So the variants are kind of like animations, I guess, so animation frames. And what else do we have? We have animation IDs, but we don't really have that for the stages. I mean, we do have like this. Well, we do have that. Yeah, global first atlas ID. Well, global first atlas ID, that's really for the entities specifically. Okay. Okay, there is a table, global first atlas ID. So this changes to global first atlas ID entities. Okay, so that might, yeah, we actually use it somewhere. Hmm. And we want another one of these for another one. Like we don't have that for stages. We do have this for stages though. So it's gonna be one of these global first atlas ID stages. Just consistency, do it that way. Int, oh, I mean, sure. Okay. So we're just gonna go through all the stages. File info stage. And I mean, we can just add them up. Actually, what's the... It's like they appear in the enum in the same way that they appear here in the stages. So, like with the entities, we pull out the info. Oh, and we just, yeah, okay, I see. And with the stages, it's like, well, if current stage index. I mean, I guess set it to like that. If it's not the case, current stage index isn't info index. I mean, this kind of assumes that they will well, in the enum they appear in the same order. Yeah, but doing it this way specifically assumes that they are kind of in order. I mean, we could always just sort them. Yeah, so these get sorted. I mean, we can also sort file info stages. Stage compare. so there's the stages, and we want to say int result is 0 if val1 index is well, I mean, I guess we set the result to val1 index minus val2 index, or well, 2 minus 1, I guess, because it needs to be 1 if it's greater or something. So, and then if, well, actually, so if that's the same, then I want to compare the variance, right? If result is 0, result is val2 variant minus val1 variant. I could probably just do that. Oh yeah, a lot of problems here, of course. So current stage index is that, so we pull out the stage. If the current stage index, now they're sorted, current stage index isn't info index, key is going to be stage ID, and this is info index. Value is atlas ID, I mean, it's going to be stage whatever, variant, so info index, info variant, it's just going to be that. Except it's not even variant, it's variant 1. Oh well, variant, yeah, whichever variant this is actually, that I think that works. So current stage index, let's do this, is info index. It's just that. Yeah, so this lit is obviously not. This D. It's that. Linfo. Okay, let's look at our Genius. So this is entities. That's stages, stage 1 variant 2 apparently, okay. Okay, well, that means my compare function is working the opposite of how it should. So this is val1, and this is val2. Okay, there it is. So now they're sorted correctly. So we can always look up where the first variant is, and now we just need that, which is like variant counts essentially. Frame count. Okay, so it's that, but for variant counts. Global animation cumulative frame counts. This is stage variant counts. Count is I mean, I guess it's per stage, right? So it's that. Current cumulative count, current stage index, file info stages, info stage. If it's not current, info index is not current stage index. I guess we need it to -1. Then reset the cumulative count and set the current stage index to info index. And then we don't have it. So we need the key and the value. So the key is stage ID stage info index. No, actually, it's different. So we need the key and the value, and that only happens really here. What am I using this? Oh, this is cumulative frame counts. Oh yeah, this is different. This is just stage variant counts. Current variant count. Okay. So if they are not the same as the current stage, then we need to reset everything. I mean, it's kind of a two-stage process. They are sorted though, so. Well, are they? I mean, doesn't really matter, I suppose, for this code. Okay, current variant count is 0, current stage count is -1. We go in to the first one, we check if it's not the same. So if they're not, so if we switched stages, then we need to do key value add, and then reset variant count and set this to but this only happens if current stage index isn't negative. So if it's what just happened there? Only if it's not the first one. It's something like this. Current variant count plus equals 1. So key is that, and this is current variant count. Something like this. Okay, so that is I32. Okay. Okay, apparently there's 0 of these here. Oh. It's almost like we want to go through these things like backwards. But, well, not necessarily. So the last one, yeah, it's not adding because it's like it's the last one. Or index equals file info stages lang -1 apparently there's one variant. Well, yeah, because this is hit at the end of the loop. Oh my god. Alright, is there a better way to organize this loop? And it's almost there. We set up, we go in through once, twice, then at the end, once more. Okay, well the start and the end being special cases is kind of annoying. And it's basically this, right? Yeah, this is not great, but I mean, this probably only runs in compile time, so maybe that's fine. Well, it is one, so okay, so this is all good. Okay, and I need another stage. Yeah, I should probably create another stage just to test out all the code paths there. File, new. Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah. Yeah, save it as stage 2, 1, a sprite. And then file new again. This is gonna be stage 2, 2. Okay, let's see. Okay, well that seems to be working kind of, although yes, the stage variant count is definitely not working correctly. Because of that, presumably. But, you know, almost. Almost. What changed here? Oh, yeah, we're pulling out more geometry, of course. Yeah, that's fine. Stage 2, 1, stage... I mean, this is fine. That's fine. Okay, so let's fix this part. Stage variant counts. Okay, so this is supposed to be current stage index. And, well, I guess maybe we can avoid this special casing here if we just set it to 1. Like, if we set it to 1, then I think we can just do this. Okay, stage 1 is 3. Oh my god. Oh yeah, because it's added. No, we can't just set it to 1. Oh wait, we can set it to 1 here, but then we have to reset it to 0 here because it's going to be added here. Yeah, but we can't do that either. Alright, let's just roll that back. Let's just roll that back. Okay, now it's 2 and 2 as intended. Stage 2 variant 1, stage 2 variant 1. Are these correct? Yeah, these are correct. There are 2 variants per each one. Yeah, that works. Okay, and I think that's enough for us to be able to refer to a specific stage and a specific variant. Yeah, what we aren't doing though is okay, so that is the texture of the level. Now that texture of the level needs to go into an atlas. Okay, so the reason why it works the way it works is because we are pushing the textures in the same order as we are pushing the enum of Atlas IDs. Yeah, so like it's white pixel, then font, then entities, then stages. And this is after they've been sorted. Yeah. Okay, well, because they've been sorted, we kind of have an easier time doing this. Yeah, so we can just push them into the... So this texture... So this canvas is only relevant for collision. It's not really relevant for anything else. And so we can just R-push into the array of Atlas textures, I think. Atlas textures texture. This, if there are multiple layers, they will have to be blended together and pushed in as one texture. I guess I can add it to do. Well, yeah, I mean this will fail somewhere anyway, so yeah, I don't really need to do for that. Because right now we only have one layer. Although this is just collision, so we can re-enable that assert, I'm pretty sure. And does it run? It runs. Okay, we're not displaying the texture. But let's just see if we're getting... Oh my god. Captured. Yeah, so how do we do this again? Is that our... that's our atlas? Okay, so I think these are the... yeah, these... these are the stages. They're just black rectangles. I mean, I guess I can make them not black, so oh my god. Put like a red here. Red here. And then open up stage 1, 1. And stage 1, 2. And make these like brown or something. Orange. Let's compile. Run. Want the input for, and there it is. Yeah. And of course the yeah, it looks about right actually. So that's a stage, that's a stage, that's a stage. Of course these also have offsets. Now, should stages have offsets, really? I mean, you kind of expect to fill the whole thing. But then if you don't, I mean, that's kind of a weird limitation to have. Yeah, I suppose stages should have offsets in order for us to draw them correctly as well. So, that's Atlas locations, isn't it? That's also somewhere here. What is it? Atlas locations. Total Atlas texture count. I mean, that is correct. So in generated we should have Atlas locations, and now there's more. As it used to be 6, now there's 10 because we've just added stuff. There are more pixels as well. And those Atlas locations need to be set to the right thing. So right now, this is where the offset is set. So the offset, there's only one frame for stages. So we don't really need this first frame art offset. So we can literally just do it this way. For our stages, these stages, these are stages. Except that yeah, just before we do the push, we know that this is the location. Is it? Wait, do we? Yeah, so Atlas locations, like we haven't really pushed anything into it, it's just zeroed. And we're not going to be pushing stuff into it anyway because it's just an array that's been zeroed. So okay, so all of them are valid. So which location is this? Well, this is really... I mean, each texture has a location associated with it, doesn't it? So I think that still works. Yeah, because we have as many... Yeah, you have as many textures as there are locations, yeah. So this is still valid. And now we just need to pull out the offset, which is like... which is that. This location offset is art offset. Actually, for stages specifically, we should probably assert here that this is 1. Okay, well now we have the offsets. And now we have the locations as well. I think we should be able to draw the stages just with that. Get Atlas ID. Copy sprites. Isn't into like the GPU. Well, given that it's like the GPU doesn't care what kind of sprites it's drawing, so we could just loop over. Actually, we don't even have to loop over anything. We can just push one sprite, which is the current stage. No, let's just draw a sprite. That would be nice. So before, so I just kind of want to disable this. Well, So what's this game sprites length? So we have a pointer. Okay, so we're iterating through all the sprites in the game struct. Yeah, and we are adding all of this information to it. Of course, for stages, a lot of things aren't relevant. Like if you look at our shaders, there's screen shaders and there's sprite shaders, and then I mean, yeah, a lot of this is just not relevant. Flip lines, mirror. And these game sprites, these are really just the entities, like not the stage, but the entities. You can still go through the same path. Still go through the same path. Okay, so let's just over. Okay, I just want to see if we can draw anything. Let's just overwrite the first sprite rect. We need well. Okay, so the game assets, sprites, screen rectangles. Common entity. Yeah, that's really an entity sprite, right? I mean, even this mirror X isn't really common. And it's common to the game and the GPU sprite. Like this is the same for stages and this is the same for stages and non-stages. But this isn't. Which God. And there's only one stage that's active anyway. So like stage ID, stage, and struct stage, and then here stage ID I32 index variant. Oh wait, we already have that? Oh, we do. Is that accessed? Oh, model game, stage, index. Game stages elements. Game stage index. Yeah, so this is different now. Yeah, this is different now because like element 4 is stage 2 variant 2. And so to get that you need to you actually do need cumulative variant counts. That's why we had those cumulative variant counts. so yeah, I mean that's kind of yeah, we might have to generate some more stuff to make that happen. Okay, so game asset state. Also, this game asset stages thing. I mean, really, this is collision for the stages, not stages. But the good, well, so they go. So in the atlas, they go in the same order as they do in the collision. Alright, okay, well for now, I suppose, for now we'll just say that this is the stage. Just draw something. Just draw something. Atlas ID stage atlas ID. Pull the correct ID. And that stage index variant thing that I had. In the game struct. I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. I'm gonna remove it. Atlas ID. Okay, so we have this Atlas ID. What do we do with the Atlas ID again? We pull out the Atlas location, apparently. Stage Atlas location. Oh my god. ID, location. And we do this. Well, first of all, we need to set the common, which is mirror and position. Okay, so first of all, we need to get the sprite tracked somewhere. Draw the stage sensibly. So that is the sprite tracked, that is the ID, then we just do sprite rect common. The top left is 0 and mirror is 0, so that's just zeroed. Sprite common. Okay, so common is zeroed out, and then we go, that's the ID, that's the location. So that's that. And flip lines are not relevant either, so really we can just zero it out. Like this. So we zero it out, and then we just set the Texan Atlas thing to that. And this should have the rect and the offset, so that's all good. And then we unmap. Okay. Well, that's something. Oh yeah, we're moving the collision there. So we're still moving the collision shape, we're just not moving the... Right, so it is drawing its offset. from the collision, but it is being drawn somewhere. Okay, so now we need to figure out the offsets. Okay, so first of all, what's this location telling us? There is an offset of 4, so that's why it's being offset. Which kind of does make sense, because that's this offset here. Except... is it? I mean, it's offset of 4 pixels in the source art. Yeah, there's the offset of 4. It's 4 source art pixels. But it's being drawn somewhere in much different location than that. Okay, so is it... the top left is 0. I mean, like, even if we make the offset irrelevant, like this, then... so there's the collision, and then there's the actual level below it. Okay, so the collision is definitely not aligned with the art, which is a problem, to be sure. But the art is being drawn incorrectly, and so is the collision. So it's like the collision is being... oh, I see. So the art is being drawn from the top left, but the collision is being drawn from the bottom left. Okay, so in order to draw it correctly, something somewhere has to say that the offset is actually to move it up by the height. Which kind of means that yeah, so the offset for the sprites, we only use that... well, right now we're only using it to align animations, so the fact that it's top down or whatever is not super relevant for us. But for stages, stage coordinates correspond to world coordinates. So the way we are kind of handling collision, it probably makes sense for the art to be consistent in that the offset is from the top left, but then the game needs to handle that. And it needs to say that Atlas location offset y is actually flipped. So offset y, if it's 0, it becomes the height. Which is that. So if it's 0, it becomes the height, but it's not always the height though. Okay, well, first of all, if we set it to that, to just always set it to the height, now it's kind of aligning. except it's 1 unit above, so because it moved it, so if the height is 1, then we don't want to move it by, so we want to set it to 1 below. If the height is 1, it's not being moved, so that aligns it, I think. I mean, that looks like it aligns it. Well, it's, yeah. Okay, these white lines, white collision lines, collision shape drawing. Yeah, that's a different collision shape. Temp code, draw collision lines, there we go. Okay, let's set the alpha to 0.5 here. And now we should be able to see. Okay, well, it's not quite aligned still. In fact, it's kind of 1 unit. The collision is 1 unit. To the left. Exactly. Yeah, the collision is 1 unit to the left of the art. So like to make this work specifically, to make this one stage draw in the right place, Atlas location offset X needs to be -1. Wait, no, I moved it the wrong way. 1. Okay, so now the art is aligned with the collision. Yeah, because of the scaling, it's not aligned with the pixels on screen. At least it's aligned with the collision, seemingly. Of course, we could change the scaling. Sprite scale. Where do I set that? I mean, let's just set it to 5. Okay, so now it is aligned with the pixels on screen. Alright, so that's the offset then, for this stage at least. The correct offset, yeah, it's 1 unit to the left is probably due to how we treating the collision specifically, like when we walk around. Okay, well, I mean, this does align it. And, well, and you know, well, the 1 unit to the left thing, that always needs to be there. So now we just need to make sure that it works when the original offset is not 0, 0. So offset X is, so we add 1, I think. We just add 1 to whatever it is. And offset Y well, it's this, but then oh wait, it's the transparent border. That's why we're adding one, because of the transparent border. Because every sprite has a transparent border. So we add one to account for the transparent border. And here we need to flip it. So like if the total is 20 and the offset is 4, then the offset is actually 16. So it's height minus the original offset. Well, the offset is 4 is actually, so it's height minus the original offset plus 1. So it's that. And I guess let's, I mean, okay, so that still works the same as it was working previously. Now, if I remove these corners, okay, no, so not quite aligned. Well, so the X is aligned, I think, right? Yeah, the X is aligned. So the X is all good. The Y needs to change. So it's the height so if it was 4 from the top left, what are the numbers here? So offset Y is 4 and dimension Y is 42. Oh, but you don't know what the canvas size was. So 42 is without, oh no. Oh no. So it's like, oh. Okay, well, it's probably easiest then. Actually, what is easiest? You have to store the size of the original canvas somewhere. Or you have to say that all art needs to always have filled in top left and bottom right pixels. Well, of course we could just store the stage sizes. Because the problem is that recdim Y is not the size of the level. But what recdim Y is the size of the part that's filled in. So the X actually doesn't matter, it's just the Y. So offset of 4 from the top, so we know the offset from the top, which is 4. We know the size of the part that's filled in, which is 42. This is 4, this is 42. Whatever it was, right? Was it? Y is 42. Yeah, 4, 42. Is 46. I mean, isn't it 50 pixels though? What? How did that happen? Yeah, it is. It's 50 pixels. Yeah, it's 50 by 50. So 4, 6, that's 10, shouldn't this be 40? Oh yeah, the transparent border, that's right. Okay, so you kind of have 40 and we have 4 at the top, but with this 6 it has been lost. Like, we don't actually know. So do we store that separately? Just like stage size or something? Like in this case we know it's 50, but just always have it be filled in. Well, it depends on what's... I guess with stages you do kind of expect to fill every pixel, because if you don't, then you're gonna see through. Yeah, you're just gonna see through the thing, which doesn't make sense. Yeah, I suppose with stages we're just gonna assume that these are always filled in with all of them. Which means that this is just that. All the time. Yeah, we can see, hopefully, how we are aligning. Yeah, so this is colliding correctly. Okay. Transparent. Yeah. Assume the OG, the original art offset is 0, 0, because we expect all pixels in stages to be filled. Okay. not necessarily filled with collision shapes, but filled. Which does mean that we kind of need to split the stage art into like background and basically collision and non-collision. Which is gonna be here. File, info, stages. To do split stage art into collision and non-collision. Yeah, so that's gonna be a whole thing. But I guess for now, this is good enough. Let's see. Stage, add a to-do, sort them, add some enums, fill this table, just move that down, pretty much. Yeah, that's fine. Generated code, we have more stuff here. That's fine. Yep, so removed that, changed. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's also fine. Okay, so the raw stage art. Alright, well that's all for today. Thanks everyone.